What's up everyone? My name is Tristan and today I'm going to be doing the My First Time Rave Edition challenge. This challenge was created by Bebe and Becca Grace Original here on YouTube. They thought of some awesome questions and I can't wait to answer them. I got tagged in this challenge by Ashley Got There and Vibe with Ade, two amazing content creators here on YouTube. I definitely recommend checking out their videos if you haven't already. But thank you so much for tagging me in this challenge. If you don't know me, my name is Tristan. I am 18 years old and I am from the Grand Rapids, Michigan area. I have just recently started vlogging and documenting my experiences going to music festivals and EDM events. And you can also follow my social medias. I don't really use Twitter that much, but my Twitter and Instagram handles are both at @TrisMarie, the same way it's spelled for my YouTube name. Oh, before I start, I want to say who I'm tagging in this challenge. So I will be tagging Kandi, the Festival Finesser, and Where's Amanda to all continue on with the challenge. Of course, you do not need to be tagged to make a video and answer these questions. And yeah, I guess we'll just start answering questions. So the first question is, what is the first DJ that I heard of? So this can kind of go a few ways. Of course, I was listening to like EDM songs just like on the radio and stuff, and like songs by DJs, but like just single songs that I didn't really recognize like the DJ or know it was like a DJ. So the first DJ I really like recognized and like kind of knew multiple songs by them was Calvin Harris. I really love the songs like Feel So Close and Summer, and like that's kind of really what got me into EDM. Another DJ is Oliver Heldens. The song Gecko I absolutely fell in love with, and so I would say probably Oliver Heldens and Calvin Harris. So those are the first DJs I've heard of. So the second question is, what is the first show that I went to? And so this can go a few ways. I would consider my first show that I attended to be Freakstyle, which is the Bass Nectar Day of the Dead and Halloween event that just happened. So it was a 3-night event with like a few openers and whatnot, but I would still consider it a show. If you don't consider Freakstyle a show, since it was like multiple days and like multiple people, I guess the first show I attended was the Ade and Good Faith Live tour that came to Grand Rapids. It was at the intersection. It was a bit smaller, so that would, I guess, fit into more of the show definition. But yeah, so I'd probably say the either Freakstyle or the Ade and Good Faith Live tour. I guess just whatever you consider to be more of a show. And so my first festival. My first festival, some might not even consider it a festival, but in the name it has festival in it, so I'm going to consider it my first festival. It was Glow in the Park Festival in 2018. It was happening on my boyfriend's birthday, and I actually didn't hear about it until like a week before. It was on the radio talking about this event, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And so I was like, maybe I can surprise him with this event for his birthday. And we had both been like kind of indie EDM like previously, and we still kind of listened to it. So I was like, okay, this will be cool. So we went, and it was in the parking lot of Fifth Third Ballpark, which if you don't know what that is, it's like the like smaller baseball team from Grand Rapids. So it was in the parking lot of that. And so we had never been to an EDM event before, no concerts, no nothing. We just like the music. We go in and we see all these people with like the crazy costumes, of course, and like there were a few vendors. There was like a little like skate park thing, like a glow skate park where you could ride bikes or something. I don't know, it was kind of cool. There's a silent disco, and then there was like the main stage. So there was only one stage, it was only one night. So the headliners were Illenium, which I'm really mad about because at the time I had no idea who Illenium was, and looking back I'm really disappointed that like I wasn't more into their set. So Illenium. And then Cheat Codes. and Cash Cash and Party Pupils were also there, and they're on the Electric Forest lineup, so that'll be cool to see them again. So yeah, that was my first festival. Went with my boyfriend for his birthday, and it was pretty small. It was like a good first event, I would say. So question number 4 is the first people you raved with, and that is my boyfriend. Again, we went to the Glow in the Park festival for his birthday. So every single event except one I've gone to with my boyfriend. The only event that I didn't go to with just my boyfriend was Breakaway Music Festival in Grand Rapids. It's like a little bit smaller local music festival here. It's like a 2-day kind of multi-genre music festival, and I went to that event with people from my hometown and my boyfriend, so a little bit bigger of a group. But yeah, other than that, I've just been raving with my boyfriend. So question number 5 is the first friend you made at a rave. So this can, again, go multiple ways. I haven't made a friend like at an event yet that I've like kept in contact with, but we have like made friends like while we're there. So my boyfriend and I at Electric Forest 2019, we were camping in the Camp Traction Sober Camp, and our neighbors right next to us, I'm so sad because we forgot their names, but they were like the cutest couple. They were so nice. They were awesome neighbors. The boyfriend would like make us pancakes in the morning for breakfast. Yeah, they were really awesome. And then another one I guess I could consider Vibe with Ade. Like, I knew her before, and then she was at Electric Forest, and I met her, and I still keep in contact with her. So I didn't like become friends with her at the event, but it was like the first friend I met at a rave. So I've yet to meet someone who I become friends with and keep in contact with at a rave or a music festival. So question number 6 is my first rave outfit, and of course I'll put a picture in here. So this was for Glow in the Park in 2018. It was in late September, so it was like during the fall. Since it was outside, I did want to be prepared for when it got chilly. So I wore my cropped tie-dye Billabong hoodie, which is still one of my favorite hoodies. I wore just like white ripped jeans, and I don't even know what shoes I wore. I probably wore Converse. Yep, I wore my black Converse. So pretty much kind of what I would wear regularly, like just for like going out with friends or something. I don't think it was that bad. It just wasn't like ravey at all. It was kind of just something I'd normally wear. Okay, so question number 7 is my first rave outfit malfunction. I guess the closest thing I've come to a rave outfit malfunction was during Breakaway Music Festival. The first day I wore Converse, which I had worn the Converse in the past, so they were broken in and everything, but I guess I just hadn't worn them in a while, and just standing up for that long in the crowds, I don't know, but by the end of the night, I could literally not stand up. It was so hard to fall asleep just because my feet were hurting so bad. I guess that's my only malfunction. Fingers crossed I don't have an outfit malfunction anytime soon, but yeah. Alright, so question 8 is my first light show. I've never received a light show by like Glover's or anything, but I guess you could say at Electric Forest, like, people are using all kinds of flow toys, and they weren't like personally like doing it for me, like kind of how a light show is, but I did see a lot of people using flow toys and hoops and all that stuff, so I guess you can consider that my first light show. I guess for the question, I'll answer it with that, just kind of at Electric Forest, seeing people like use their flow toys and hoops and stuff. But yeah, I really want a light show, so hopefully I can get a light show at Electric Forest 2020. I know Becca here on YouTube, who was part of creating this challenge, she's a Glover, and so if I ever run into her, I'd love to get a light show from her. But yeah, still yet to have one. Okay, so question number 9 is the first set that you've cried at. So this kind of has a story behind it. I've personally never cried because of like emotion. I know some people have said like the Millennium Tour or an Odessa set, they were just like in the moment and it was so emotional and they were crying. So I've yet to cry because of like being emotional, but the first set I cried at was actually Bass Nectar at Electric Forest 2019. It was my first time seeing Bass Nectar and I'd been listening to him for a while, so I was pretty excited. And so my boyfriend and I got there a little bit early before like the Saturday night shebang, so we could get a really good spot. So we were like snaking through the crowd. We found a pretty decent spot and it just kept getting more packed and packed and packed. So either because there weren't like many conflicts, that a lot of people were at the Bass Nectar set, or they were just, a lot of people just really liked Bass Nectar that year. People were saying like that was the most packed that they had seen Bass Nectar. I don't know if that's true for other people, but the people we were around were saying that. So we're just like cramped in, and I personally have anxiety, so like being around that many people like so close, that made me really anxious. There was that, and then when he started, I wasn't prepared for exactly how loud it was gonna be, because we had seen other sets at Ranch and it wasn't as loud as the Bass Nectar set. So I don't know if it was just like where we were standing or if they actually did make it louder, but it was so loud. So between like the noise, how packed the crowd was, and there was some people around us who were like making us uncomfortable. So between like all those things, my boyfriend and I were both panicking, like dead on having panic attacks. So my boyfriend was actually like saying to me in his panic, like, Tristan, we're stuck here, we're not gonna be able to leave, like we are frozen, and just because there were so many people around us and stuff. And so I was panicking because he was panicking as well. And so I finally, after a while, worked up the courage to drag him out of the crowd, and I just broke down crying. My anxiety was just through the roof, and so once I settled down, I was fine. But that was the first time I cried at a set, and I'm really sad because it was such a good set, but just kind of those factors made me pretty anxious, so it happens. But all right, and so question number 10 is the first candy trade. So I've never done like the peace, love, unity, respect thing. So instead of like my first candy trade, I'll tell you about my first candy. So I got my first piece of candy at the Giving Tree at Electric Forest 2019. It's just this pretty basic piece of candy. It says forest on it, and it has like rainbow beads around it. And so I found this at the Giving Tree. I put something down and picked this up, and I just fell in love with it. It's kind of just like that first reminder of like being there and like experiencing Electric Forest for the first time. So I will always keep this, and so that's the first piece of candy I've ever gotten. I guess I kind of had a first candy trade, but I was at Freakstyle and I was actually attending this event alone, and it was night 3. So I went up in the bleachers since it was packed, and this group of a girl and 2 guys came and like asked if anyone was sitting next to me, and I said no, like the seats are open. And so they sat next to me, and they were talking to me. They were like, thank you so much for letting us sit here. I got to start talking to the girl. Her name was Tori, I believe. And so she personally wasn't having the best night, and there was like some issues going on. And so I had made some candy before Freakstyle to like give at the gift altar and whatnot. And so I had 1 candy left, and I think I put on it base head and like all black. And so I just gave it to her. I'm like, here, I want you to have this. I know you're not having the best night, but I hope this can just cheer you up in some way. She thanked me for that and gave me a hug, and then we went on our ways. But I guess that was like my first candy trade, but I'm really glad I could just share some positivity with her, and I hope the rest of her night was at least all right. And then the last question is the first moment you fell in love with rave culture. So the first moment I fell in love, I guess, with raving was at my first event, Glow in the Park. I guess I didn't fall in love with like the culture immediately. That came when I went to Electric Forest, but when I went to Glow in the Park, just a switch turned on inside of me and was like, okay, like I was immediately hooked. Like, I want to go to more things like this. I love this music. Like, this is going to be a big part of me. So then going from that small event in Grand Rapids to Electric Forest, I really got to see the community within the scene and like just to have like small interactions with people. And that's when I really fell in love like with the culture and the community of it. So the first moment I fell in love with rave culture, it would have to be between my first event, Glow in the Park, and Electric Forest 2019. So yeah, between those two, it really like sealed the deal. Like, I want to keep doing this. This means a lot to me. Yeah, so I definitely got bit by the festival bug. So yeah, those are all the questions. Thank you so much for sticking around this long. I really hope that you guys got to learn more about me, especially since I'm just starting my channel. Again, I'm tagging Cotton Candy, the Festival Finesser, and Where's Amanda to continue this challenge. I'd be really interested to hear their responses to these questions. Thank you to Ade and Ashley for putting my name out there. It really meant a lot to me, especially since I'm a smaller creator. So the fact that they thought of me and put me in their videos, it really meant a lot. Thank you to Bebe and Becca for creating this challenge. I had so much fun answering these questions. I hope that more and more people continue to participate. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please leave them down below. I'd love to improve my channel in any way possible. I appreciate any and all feedback. You can find me on Instagram at TrisMarie, the same way it's spelled down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!